Welcome to another deep dive, tailor-made for your curiosity. We, take a fascinating stack of sources, pull out the most important insights, and deliver them right to you. Today we're embarking on an exploration that might seem, deceptively simple at first glance, yet it promises profound universality. We're delving into the deeply personal and incredibly relatable theme of family life. Our source material for this deep dive is wonderfully unexpected, actually. It's an excerpt from what's designed as an English practice guide. It's a personal narrative, ostensibly just a language exercise focused entirely on one family. And our mission today is, I think, far grander than just picking out vocabulary or grammar points. We're here to extract not just language lessons, but truly profound insights into the intricacies of human connection, the subtle power of daily routines, and that intangible emotional core that really binds a family together. It's truly remarkable what insights can be hidden in plain sight, even in something as practical as a language guide.
It is quite striking, isn't it? What immediately stands out here is how this seemingly straightforward guide isn't merely about mastering a new language. It's almost a blueprint for building empathy and shared experience through the very act of articulation. It really underscores that profound depth can often be found in the most practical of manuals, provided you're willing to, really dig into them. And discussing family is, intrinsically, one of the most common and connecting real-life conversations we can possibly have. It just is. It transcends cultural barriers, personal backgrounds, and unique individual experiences. The very act of articulating these personal narratives, even simple ones like the one we're about to explore, becomes a powerful conduit for fostering genuine connection and mutual understanding, not only for the person speaking, but for anyone listening and engaging with the story. It taps into a fundamental human need for belonging and recognition.
That's beautifully put, it really is. And it truly does set the stage for David's personal narrative, which forms the heart of our source material today. David introduces himself directly, opening with, "My name is David, and I live with my family in a small but cozy house in the countryside." Right from that first sentence, you immediately get a sense of place somewhere intimate, warm.
That cozy detail.
Exactly. And a strong, almost immediate declaration of connection. He wastes no time in cementing this emotional foundation, following up by stating, quite unequivocally, "My family means everything to me." This isn't just a casual remark, it's a powerful emotional anchor that sets the entire tone for this deep dive. David then details his family's composition. 5 people in total: his father, his mother, his little sister, his grandmother, and of course himself. And the core dynamic, the feeling that permeates their interactions. He emphasizes, "We are very close and we enjoy spending time together." It's a foundational belief, really, a guiding principle that radiates through every subsequent detail of his narrative.
What strikes me right away about David's introduction is how universally resonant that longing for connection and belonging within a tight-knit family unit truly is. I mean, that hits home for so many people. The description of a small but cozy house in the countryside is far more than just a logistical detail. It immediately evokes a powerful sense of intimacy, warmth, and perhaps even a touch of that idyllic tranquility that many people idealize when they envision family life.
Yeah, like a safe haven.
Exactly. It suggests a space where comfort, closeness, and security are paramount, a haven where the external distractions of the world might be fewer, thereby enabling deeper bonds to form and flourish. And that simple yet incredibly profound statement, "My family means everything to me," it's so potent precisely because it articulates a core value that resonates deeply across nearly every culture and individual experience on the planet. It speaks to a fundamental human truth that transcends language or geographical location. It's just universal. Furthermore, the specific composition David describes, parents, a sibling, and a grandparent, represents a very common and highly impactful multi-generational family structure.
Right, you see that pattern a lot.
You do. And it speaks to the idea of a family unit that offers not only immediate support and companionship, but also a crucial connection to heritage, history, and, a lineage of shared experiences. This structure, encompassing various life stages, provides a comprehensive web of relationships that many listeners can relate to, offering diverse perspectives and support within the same household. It's quite rich.
So with that strong foundational bond established, let's now peel back the layers and meet the individuals who truly bring this family story to life. David paints such vivid portraits, and each one reveals a unique facet of their collective harmony. It's really well done. He begins with his father, John. David tells us John is a mathematics teacher at a local school. Just hearing that, you immediately get a sense of someone grounded, committed to his community, and dedicated to the pursuit and dissemination of knowledge.
Stable, intellectual.
Yes. David meticulously details John's morning routine. He wakes up early, drinks a cup of coffee, and leaves for work. This seemingly simple sequence paints a picture of consistency, discipline, and a quiet work ethic. But beyond the routine, David highlights John's core qualities, describing him as a patient and intelligent man.
Those two words together are quite powerful.
They are. And what truly lights up John's personal time, he loves reading books and watching documentaries about space and science.
Yeah.
You can almost visualize him, engrossed in a complex mathematical problem or pondering the vastness of the cosmos.
Yeah, curious mind.
Definitely. The interaction between father and son is particularly telling. John helps me with my math homework, even though sometimes it takes a long time because I ask too many questions. This isn't just about academic support. It powerfully conveys John's immense patience and deep-seated dedication to his son's learning. It really shines through.
What's particularly insightful here, I think, is how John isn't just presented as a character in David's life. He embodies a powerful archetype of the supportive patriarch who nurtures intellectual growth. The fact that he's a mathematics teacher signifies not only a logical and methodical approach to life, but also suggests an environment where curiosity and problem-solving are actively encouraged.
Right. It sets a tone for the household.
Absolutely. His hobbies, reading and watching documentaries about space and science, further underscore his profound intellectual curiosity and a deep commitment to understanding the world. These are values that are often subtly, perhaps, but certainly profoundly, being passed down within the family unit. But the real depth comes through his patience with David's numerous questions during homework sessions. This detail, as you noted, goes far beyond mere academic assistance. It's huge. It highlights a crucial educational concept known as scaffolding.
Scaffolding, right?
Yeah. This isn't about giving David the answers directly, but about providing just enough support and guidance, patiently, for him to construct his own understanding and build his confidence. This consistent, patient, and supportive approach nurtures what developmental psychologist Carol Dweck terms a growth mindset in David. The belief that intelligence and abilities are not fixed traits, but can be developed through dedication and hard work.
Okay. The growth mindset connection. That makes sense.
It fundamentally shapes David's intellectual development and resilience, illustrating how seemingly small acts of parental guidance can have monumental long-term impacts on a child's learning and overall disposition. It truly elevates John beyond just a job title. He's a pillar of intellectual encouragement and steadfast support, a real anchor.
From this pillar of intellectual support, we transition to the equally dedicated and deeply nurturing presence of David's mother, Mary. David shares that she's a nurse working at the city hospital, and her primary role there is to take care of sick people. Immediately, you grasp the immense commitment required of her dedication to others, and the inherent compassion in her profession. It's a demanding job.
Incredibly demanding.
David expresses a profound admiration for her, stating, "I really admire her because she works hard and still manages to take care of all of us at home." This isn't just a compliment. It highlights her incredible capacity for multitasking and her unwavering dedication, both professionally and within the family. It's wow.
Yeah, the balance is extraordinary.
Her domestic skills are clearly a significant source of comfort and joy. She cooks delicious food every day and always makes sure we eat healthy meals. And to make it even more vivid, David gives us a specific, mouth-watering example. His favorite dish, pasta with cheese and vegetables.
You can almost taste it. It grounds the description.
It does. You can almost imagine the aroma filling their cozy home. In the evenings, after what must be an incredibly demanding day at the hospital, she has this beautiful, calming routine. She usually likes to sit on the sofa and talk to us about our day. This isn't just listening, it's active engagement, it's connection.
That's crucial, that intentional time.
And her personal qualities are just as comforting. David describes her as having a soft voice and a beautiful smile, and she always knows how to make everyone feel better. She sounds like the true emotional anchor of their family's well-being, providing that essential comfort and stability.
Mary truly embodies the concept of nurturing care in action, which is, a cornerstone of healthy family systems. The demanding nature of a nurse's job, especially at a city hospital, caring for the sick, starkly contrasts with her equally significant responsibilities within the home. This duality highlights powerful themes of sacrifice, dedication, and an extraordinary capacity for giving that extends beyond her professional duties into the very fabric of her family's daily life.
It's a lot to carry.
It is. Her consistent role in preparing delicious food and ensuring healthy meals is far more than a simple domestic chore. In developmental psychology, the consistent provision of basic needs, particularly food, builds deep emotional security and attachment. For David, these daily meals aren't just sustenance. They are tangible anchors of stability and love, creating a rich sensory memory bank that reinforces his profound sense of belonging and well-being.
Food as love, essentially.
Exactly. This phenomena is well documented in research on family rituals and bonding. Furthermore, her evening ritual of sitting on the sofa and talking about everyone's day is absolutely crucial for family cohesion. It really is. It establishes a consistent channel for open communication and emotional processing, underscoring the vital role of active listening and empathetic dialogue in maintaining family harmony and individual emotional health.
That space to just talk and be heard.
Precisely. And finally, her described soft voice and a beautiful smile contribute significantly to a sense of calm, safety, and reassurance within the home environment, making her a powerful beacon of emotional support and a source of profound comfort. She creates that safe space.
And now let's turn our attention to the vibrant spark of the family. Lucy, David's younger sister, she's 10 years old, and David describes her as being full of energy. You can almost picture her bouncing around the house like a whirlwind of youthful enthusiasm.
Chuckles slightly, yeah, that 10-year-old energy.
Yeah. Her passion is clear, vivid, and beautifully expressed. She loves drawing and painting pictures of animals, trees, and our family. This clearly adds a wonderful splash of creativity and a unique perspective to their home environment. It brings art into the everyday.
And focus on family, which is telling.
Good point. Their daily interaction, specifically between David and Lucy, is particularly endearing. David shares that every day after school she runs to me with a new drawing and asks me what I think, and David's response is consistently supportive and affirming. I always tell her she's amazing because she really is very talented.
Oh, that's lovely.
It really is. It's a beautiful, tangible example of positive sibling affirmation and how supportive relationships are built and reinforced through consistent encouragement.
It builds her up.
Exactly. Beyond her artistic pursuits, they have shared activities that cement their bond and define their shared childhood. Sometimes we play board games together or watch cartoons in the living room. These aren't grand adventures, but simple, joyful moments that truly form the comforting fabric of childhood, just hanging out together.
The small moments are often the big moments, aren't they?
So true. And true to her age, David notes her intense curiosity. She's very curious and always asks a lot of questions about everything she sees.
Lucy, in many ways, embodies the pure joy and unbridled curiosity of youth, and her energetic artistic expression brings a palpable vibrancy and creative spirit into the family dynamic. It really lifts the atmosphere. Her dedication to drawing and painting, especially choosing subjects like animals, trees, and her own family, speaks volumes about her innate connection with her immediate environment and, importantly, with her loved ones.
Yeah, what she chooses to draw matters.
Definitely. The significance of her daily interaction with David, eagerly sharing her new art and seeking his genuine opinion, coupled with his consistent and enthusiastic praise, showcases a truly healthy, supportive, and encouraging sibling relationship. This mutual affirmation is vital for building confidence and strengthening their emotional bond, creating a safe space for creative expression and personal validation. It matters so much at that age.
That validation is key.
Furthermore, her intense curiosity isn't merely a charming childlike trait. In a broader sense, it represents a fundamental aspect of human learning and cognitive development. It underscores the importance of fostering an environment where questions are welcomed and exploration is encouraged, mirroring the overall theme of gaining knowledge that this deep dive is exploring.
Like father, like daughter, in a way, that curiosity.
Perhaps. And it's worth noting that these simple shared activities, like playing board games or watching cartoons, are not just idle pastimes. They are essential bonding moments. They form the consistent, everyday rituals that define family fun, create enduring, positive memories, and reinforce a profound sense of togetherness and shared experience within the home. They are, like you said, the playful anchors of their relationship.
Next up, we have the wise and wonderful Rose, the grandmother, who also lives with them, contributing another crucial layer to their multi-generational household. David tells us she's 70 years old, and he describes her appearance with gentle affection. Silver hair and a kind face. Just lovely imagery.
Very warm.
She plays a truly pivotal role in the family as the keeper of history and traditions, the resident storyteller. David shares that she tells us stories from her childhood and about how life was very different back then.
The living history book.
Exactly. And these stories clearly captivate David's imagination. He openly expresses, "I love listening to her stories because they make me imagine what life used to be like before phones, internet, and cars." This isn't just entertainment, it's a powerful, tangible connection to the past, a vivid reminder of how dramatically life has evolved within living memory. It provides perspective.
A huge perspective, especially for a young person.
But she's not solely a storyteller. She has a special tradition that fills the home with warmth and aroma. She bakes cookies every Sunday, and the whole house smells sweet and warm.
Oh, that detail. The smell of baking.
That sensory detail is so incredibly vivid, isn't it? It isn't a solitary act either. It's a cherished, shared family ritual. We all sit around the kitchen table and enjoy her baking while she talks about her younger days.
That image is just classic family comfort.
It really is. For David, these moments are clearly a highlight. Spending time with her is one of the best parts of my day. You really feel that connection.
This truly brings up a crucial consideration. In an age of accelerating technological advancement and rapid societal change, how absolutely vital are these intergenerational connections in grounding us, in providing a sense of roots, and in seamlessly transmitting cultural and personal heritage?
It feels more important than ever, somehow.
I think so too. The grandmother, Rose, is more than just an elder. She's the living archive of the family's history and traditions. She doesn't just narrate stories, she provides a living, breathing link to the past, a direct connection to a world that existed before phones, internet, and cars. Her narratives offer David, and by extension us as listeners, a truly fascinating window into a different era, fostering historical imagination and a deeper appreciation for the profound technological and societal shifts that have taken place.
It makes you think about your own grandparents' stories.
Exactly. The psychological power of sensory details, like the sweet and warm smell of her Sunday cookies, cannot be overstated. These sensory cues are incredibly potent triggers for memory and emotion, contributing deeply to a profound sense of home, comfort, and belonging. It's not simply about a delicious treat. It's about the consistent creation of enduring, comforting rituals that bind the family together.
The ritual is the key.
It is. The ritual of Sunday baking and storytelling around the kitchen table is a core cornerstone of family bonding. It profoundly emphasizes the importance of shared experiences, cherished traditions, and oral history over transient material possessions or purely individual pursuits. This collective act cements a shared identity. It provides a vital sense of continuity across generations, reinforcing the idea that a family is a living, evolving narrative. It connects them all.
So, with these rich, interconnected individual portraits now clearly in mind, David then paints this cohesive picture of their harmonious daily life. He characterizes their routine as simple, but I love it, which speaks volumes about his profound appreciation for their togetherness. It highlights that happiness isn't always found in complexity, you know.
The beauty and simplicity.
Their mornings are consistent and communal. We wake up early, eat breakfast together, and then everyone gets ready for their day. It's a structured but warmly shared start to each day, a predictable rhythm. Then comes the natural dispersion. My father goes to school, my mother goes to the hospital, and Lucy and I go to school. Everyone has their own responsibilities and destinations, contributing to the wider world in their own way.
Part of the community.
Right. But even when they're physically apart, there's a continuity, especially through a grandmother's calm presence. Rose stays home and waters the plants, listens to music, and sometimes goes for a short walk in the garden. She maintains the peaceful, nurturing atmosphere of the home, even in the absence of others, holding down the fort, so to speak.
A quiet anchor during the day.
The day culminates beautifully in the evening, which brings everyone back together again. In the evening, we all come back home, have dinner, and talk about our day. That reunion.
That check-in point. So important.
And then, for shared leisure and connection, sometimes we watch a movie together or play a card game. Simple pleasures. It sounds like a truly peaceful, predictable, and profoundly comforting rhythm of life. David concludes his description by saying, with heartfelt sincerity, it's a peaceful and happy life, and I feel lucky to have such a caring family. And you believe him.
What's truly striking here is how these seemingly mundane rituals of daily life, when performed together with intention and appreciation, become the very enduring fabric of a peaceful and happy existence. It really shows that. This simple routine, far from being boring or restrictive, provides an immense and profound sense of stability and predictability. These elements are absolutely crucial components for fostering a deep sense of psychological security, inner peace, and overall happiness within any family unit. Predictability breeds comfort.
Yeah, knowing what to expect can be really grounding.
Definitely. The significance of shared meals, particularly breakfast and dinner, cannot be overstated. These aren't merely times for physical nourishment. They serve as critical anchor points for family interaction, open communication, and emotional connection. They act as vital touchstones in their day, predictable moments where everyone can reconnect and ground themselves.
Like punctuation marks in the day.
That's a great way to put it. Even though individual family members have distinct and separate daytime activities, these experiences seamlessly converge into collective evening experiences, powerfully reinforcing the idea of a cohesive, interdependent unit that prioritizes shared time. They come back together. And the grandmother's quiet activities during the day, like tending to plants or listening to music, are also incredibly telling. They reflect a different, perhaps more contemplative pace of life.
A different rhythm.
Yes, yet her consistent presence and gentle actions contribute immeasurably to the home's calm, nurturing, and lived-in atmosphere. It elegantly demonstrates that meaningful contributions to family harmony and well-being come in myriad forms, not solely through active participation in the outside workforce. It's about presence, continuity, and the collective contribution to a shared environment. Everyone plays a part.
This deep dive, as we noted at the beginning, started with what appears to be a simple language guide, and it kind of comes full circle by reiterating its initial premise. Talking about family is a great way to connect with others and practice English in a natural way. The guide then thoughtfully summarizes some key points for how you, the listener, can structure your own conversation about your family, covering who lives in the house, their names, what they do, and what you do together. It's a very practical, almost blueprint-like framework for initiating personal conversations that go beyond just, surface-level greetings.
And this is where the guide, I think, transcends simple language instruction and offers a profound insight into the mechanics of effective communication itself. Really profound. It's not just about English fluency. It's fundamentally about the power of specificity and detail to transform a superficial exchange into a truly meaningful and memorable connection. That's the core of it.
Specificity is key.
Absolutely. The guide's crucial advice, and I think this is where the genius lies, is to try to use full sentences and give details to make your speaking more interesting. It provides a clear, illustrative example. Instead of just saying, my father is a teacher, you can say, my father is a high school teacher who teaches science and enjoys reading in his free time.
It paints a much clearer picture.
Exactly. This is incredibly insightful because adding these small, seemingly simple details does so much more than just help you speak more fluently and sound more natural, though it does that too. It allows the listener to visualize the person you're describing, to understand their personality and maybe find points of commonality or curiosity. It adds depth, a unique flavor, and genuine humanity to your communication. This principle, fundamentally, extends far beyond language learning. It applies to all forms of communication, whether you're navigating a job interview, making a new friend, writing an important email, or trying to articulate a complex idea.
Everywhere, really.
Everywhere. Providing rich, specific details is the key to making your message more engaging, more memorable, and ultimately more impactful. It's the critical difference between merely reciting a fact and truly telling a compelling story. It brings it to life.
Exactly. It's about taking the factual bones of a description and fleshing them out with the vibrant details that bring your words and the people you're describing truly to life. Makes them three-dimensional. And that's precisely why the guide then takes that analytical piece and turns it into a clear, actionable call to action for you, our listener. It says, now it's your turn. Try talking about your family using English. It breaks down the suggested structure very clearly, giving you a tangible starting point. Start with how many people are in your family, talk about their names, their jobs, and your favorite things to do with them. It's a pragmatic, step-by-step approach designed to build confidence. You can actually do this.
Takes the pressure off a bit.
It does. Yeah. And importantly, it offers a wonderful, reassuring dose of encouragement that often gets lost in the pursuit of perfection. You don't need to speak perfectly, just speak clearly and try to use the words you've learned.
Right.
The emphasis, refreshingly, is on effort and consistency rather than flawlessness, concluding with that motivational mantra we all need to hear regardless of the skill we're trying to master. Remember, practice makes progress.
Yes, progress, not perfection. And, in addition to the practical language application, there's a profound, often overlooked psychological benefit to this exercise. Consider how the act of sharing personal details, even simple ones like David shared about his family, inherently builds trust and rapport with others.
It creates an opening.
It really does. When you offer a genuine glimpse into your personal world, you're inviting connection, fostering a sense of psychological safety, and creating a bridge for mutual understanding. It lowers defenses, Furthermore, the very act of articulating these details about your family, putting words to their individual qualities, their collective dynamics, and your shared experiences can profoundly clarify your own understanding and appreciation of your family.
Like you see them more clearly yourself?
Exactly. It forces a kind of reflective process that can deepen your own bond with them, allowing you to see the intricate patterns and profound impacts of your daily interactions. You notice things you might have taken for granted. So as you engage in this practice, I genuinely encourage you to embrace the vulnerability inherent in sharing these personal insights. It's not solely about achieving language fluency. It's a powerful pathway to deeper connection, both with others who might be listening, and perhaps even more importantly, with your own sense of self within your cherished family unit.
So after this journey through what began as a, well, seemingly simple English practice guide, what does this all truly mean for us? This deep dive into David's family story has been far more than just an exercise in learning phrases or expanding our vocabulary. I really feel that. It has been a beautiful, intimate window into the universal human experience of family, the warmth of a cozy home, the steadfast dedication of parents like John and Mary, the vibrant, inquisitive energy of a sibling like Lucy, and the timeless wisdom and grounding presence of a grandparent like Rose.
All those pieces together.
It has powerfully taught us how focusing on those specific, vivid, and often sensory details, just as David did in his simple narrative, is what makes a story truly resonate. It's what makes characters feel real and deeply relatable, and what makes any form of learning truly stick. It's a profound reminder that the most impactful and insightful lessons can often be found in the most unexpected and seemingly unassuming places, like a language guide.
Absolutely. And this truly raises an important question for all of us to ponder as we conclude this deep dive. How do the seemingly mundane, often overlooked details and rituals of our daily family lives? How do they, when consciously articulated and shared, become powerful narratives that connect us and build understanding across such diverse experiences?
It's a great question.
As you reflect on David's family and his profound appreciation for their simple harmony, I encourage you to consider not just how you would describe your own family, but what specific aspects or maybe mechanisms of your family life genuinely define your deepest sense of peace, happiness, or caring. What are those simple details in your own daily routines or the unique quiet qualities of your loved ones that contribute most significantly to your family's unique harmony and sense of belonging? The little things.
The glue that holds it together.
Exactly. And what might happen if you took a moment to articulate those details, not just for others maybe, but for your own deepened understanding? What might you discover?